The Supreme Court is the highest tribunal in the nation. That means, when it comes to rules, this unelected group of 9 justices has the final say. But something is casting a cloud over whether or not they're playing fairly. It's called the shadow docket. To understand what it is and why it matters, let's start playing. Each term, the court decides some 100 to 150 cases. Most of those are decided on the merits docket. Here's Erin Martin, a judicial policy expert from the National Women's Law Center.
Most cases that most Americans are familiar with were decided on the merits docket. So Brown v. Board of Education, Obergefell v. Hodge. With merits docket cases, it's clear where each justice stands on a legal issue, how they would have decided it, and what the law is in the particular case.
Each justice votes on the record, and one justice writes a majority opinion. If there's a split, another justice writes a dissent. But there's another way that cases are heard: the emergency or non-merits docket.
The emergency docket makes sense when there are issues where people's rights are directly being impacted. Their right to liberty, their right to life, and we see it in instances of national security where the broader public is implicated, and also in life or death matters involving death row inmates, or for public health emergencies like COVID-19.
But these emergency docket cases have been on the rise. Under the Bush and Obama administrations, the federal government petitioned the court for an emergency docket 8 times total. With Trump, that number jumped to 41. But even before its rise in popularity, legal scholar William Bode coined the term shadow docket to describe the emergency docket.
The shadow docket operates, so to speak, in the shadow of the court's merits docket, and it's not providing the public with any semblance or explanation for their orders or indicating why the justices ruled the way they did.
And in recent years, the court has issued shadow docket rulings impacting our rights that previously made it to the merits docket.
In the past, we saw the emergency docket used more so for life or death situations and matters of national security, whereas now we're seeing it in more complex issues like abortion, gun control, immigration, and voting.
Which leaves the question, why is the Supreme Court deciding these important issues in secrecy? And what can the average citizen even do about it?
We can do a lot. We can reach out to our elected officials to let them know about our concerns, and we can urge Congress and the White House to fix it.
While we may all have different political opinions and ideologies, there's one thing Americans can agree on. It never hurts to shine a light on our most important institutions.